Hey guys, welcome back to Wired to Wander. Today I'm going to be working on a couple snowblowers, getting them ready for winter. It's fall here in Minnesota, so it's a little chilly in the garage. It's not heated, but it's not too bad. I just got my bench cleaned up, so we're ready to get working on these snowblowers. So these are the two snowblowers I'm going to be working on today. The yellow one is the Cub Cadet that I keep here. This red one is my old snowblower. It was one that my dad gave to me a while back. Couple years ago. I used it the first year I lived in town, but I'm gonna be getting it ready to sell, I think. It sat for probably 2 years, but there's no gas in it, so I'm not sure if I drained it before or if there's a really bad leak somewhere, but I'm not too worried about Cub Cadet. That should be fine. It worked great last year. I'm just gonna change oil in that one, but I gotta make sure that this one runs, and then I'll change oil, and I got some new sliders to put on too. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw some gas in it and see if it starts. I did clean the carb. Last time I had it out and running, I had the carb tore apart, I got primer bulb done. I mean, I did a lot of work to it to get it running good, so I'm not super worried, but it has sat for 2 years, so we'll see. I'm not gonna put a ton in right now, just to see if it'll start. So, full choke, put that on, and prime it. Yeah, see, there's a gas leak somewhere. It leaks out the bowl of the carb, but let's see. Aha! That was easy. Well, that was easy. I was a little worried, but runs really good. Sweet. All right, let's get the oil changed. Okay, to change oil, I'm just gonna get them both started, let them warm up a little bit, and then we'll drain both of them and put new oil in. I mean, there's no filters or anything in these small engines, so they're pretty easy. Actually, I don't even think I need to choke this one. It ran so good. Maybe a little bit. Now it doesn't want to run. There we go. I couldn't tell what I was doing. Or I couldn't hear this one at all, so I wasn't sure what was happening. This one always seems to take a little bit longer to start the first time you do it. Yeah, it does have electric start, so we'll use that. Let's see. There. All right, they both started and ran, so let's drain the oil. All right, this one is a 5/8 here. I want to get this lever out of the way, but it seems to be a little stuck. Well, we'll have to get that free, but let's pop this off. I'm going to turn the whole pipe. Not what I want. It's got this tube that runs out so you can drain it easier, and it's moving the whole tube. There we go. See how well this works. Shoots out. Well, the tube could be a little longer because it still don't drains down the side there. I'm probably spilling a lot of oil, but all right, that one finished draining. And something I completely forgot to do, which helps, if you pull the oil fill off, it lets lets air flow down from the top and it drains a lot easier. It probably wouldn't have drained down the side if I did that, but that's all right. So that's back on. Let's throw some oil on it. For oil, I'm just using this 5W30. This was something I bought and didn't need it, so these little Tecumseh engines are really nice. They seem to pretty much always run. Briggs engines and Tecumseh engines are pretty bulletproof. It's not going to take a ton of oil, so let's see where we're at. That's probably pretty good. Yeah, we're good. We're on full, so about perfect. All right. Okay, let's get the oil changed in the other one first, and then I'm gonna see if I can't figure out why it's leaking gas every time I prime it, and then I am going to get that thing moving so we can change speeds. Same deal on this one. I did take the oil fill cap off first, and this is a 10 millimeter. Well, they don't shoot out. Well, that oil looks pretty good, but we'll change it. We're here. Okay, this one's pretty much done draining too, so we'll put the plug back in, tighten it up, fill it with oil. We'll put the exact same oil as we put in the old one in this one. I'm gonna say it's good. I'll probably check it before the first time I run it, after it's sat for a while. I decided to start with this. I did have to do this once before, because it was stuck. Oh, there's two more there. I have this kind of sketchily up on a step ladder because that's all I had. Let's see. So all that is it's just a rubber wheel that when you move this, it moves it in closer or farther out to this circle, and then that's how fast it'll spin the tires. Oh, a little more than I thought it was. Still can't move it. I can't tell what's happening. I don't have regular WD-40, but I have this silicone WD-40. I don't know if it's gonna help or not. I don't exactly know what to spray. Spray up here, maybe? I think it's just stuck on this. This deal. Let's see if I can. Can't really tell what it's doing. It's not really trying to move, is it? Get it to move with this. Let me move you a little bit. See there, it moved. There we go. Okay. It was just bound up there from sitting. Put a little more oil on everything. Sweet. There we go. So the problem that I have here is every time I prime it, I get gas. And I don't know, it's not coming from the bowl, it's coming from farther up, but I'm not sure where. And sucky part is I have to take this all off in order to get to it. So I gotta pull that off, that off. I think there's these two screws here and this one up here that need to come off. Oh. Helps if you go the right direction. Okay, and this should just come off like that. All right. So, let's hit the primer and see what's happening. Well, that's new. It's coming from around the seal of the bowl itself. I think the best way to fix it is going to be pull the carb off, pop the bowl off, clean up around that seal and put it back on because I don't have parts to... Well, I guess let's take the carb off. Usually I would use a vice grip to clamp onto this hose so it doesn't leak gas out, but I don't have one. I don't know where it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the smooth part of this needle nose, press it down, and I'm gonna use a zip tie to hold it in place. That way we won't get a bunch of gas leaking out when we take this off. Alright. There's that. We'll set it over there. Oh. First try. And there's 2 bolts on either side of this carb, or nuts. And there's one more line right here that we'll have to take off. And then we can take it off. I lied. That's not the gas line. This one's the gas line. It's going to be a little tougher. So, same deal. We're just going to squeeze it. Use this zip tie to hold it. And try to take it off. So we're actually pulling there's a little plastic. There we go. All right. Now I should be able to get my wrench in here to, yep. Turn this. All right, our carburetor's off. Got carburetor over on the bench here. So to take this bowl out, you just undo this nut and the whole bowl comes off. This one is a 7/16. Oh. I just tightened it before I took it off. Okay. It's probably full of gas, so it might have drained out when we took it off though. And that comes off. Now your bowl comes off. It's pretty simple. So I do actually think I'm going to, since we got it off, I think I'm going to throw it in my ultrasonic cleaner for a little while. Might as well. But I'm going to take the small parts apart first. So do that. Just pull this little pin out. Needle nose. The pin comes off. And be careful with this and your float. And here I think is what's causing our problems. Set that off to the side, but I'm just gonna throw this whole deal into the ultrasonic cleaner for, I don't know, an hour or so. So I did come with this little deal to put my small parts in. Okay, everything else we're just gonna throw in here. Okay, I got everything in there. I'm gonna go grab some water, throw in here, put a little bit of the Simple Green in it, and then I'm gonna let it run for like an hour, and then we'll come back and see what I did. All right, guys, it's been half hour because that was the longest I could run it on the timer. So we're gonna pull everything out and check it out. All right. So it looked like it cleaned everything up really good. I'm guessing the longer you leave it in there, I mean, I could have went for another half hour. But yeah, I mean, that really cleaned everything up. So I'm really happy with that. You can definitely tell the side that was in the stuff compared to the side that was not. But I was more concerned about just getting, I left the, hopefully that doesn't wreck that. I accidentally left the gasket on there, but should be okay. So I'm going to clean up around this edge. That was what I was really concerned about. And then we'll throw the bowl and everything back on, and we'll get it back on the snowblower. I cut my thumb pretty bad. Had to get stitches a while back, so I'm still being a little careful with it. But so I'm just going to go in with this wire brush and clean up around where that bowl seals. Oops. Okay. So then we're going to put the old one on because I don't have another one. But first we got to put the float back on. That pin just sits on there. There's nothing else that holds it in. And then before I put the bowl on, I'm going to clean up that edge a little bit. Wipe that out. Okay. This. There's a possibility that this won't work, but I'm going to be optimistic. All right, we got it back together, so let's go throw it back on the snowblower. My deal fell off. Can't exactly remember what hole it was in, but I think it was like that. I think. I hope. Get this unstarted. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in with a wrench, so I'm just going to use needle nose to hold it. This the gas line back on. Now we can take this off. All right, and then before I do anything, I'm going to pump the primer and see if it leaks. I think we fixed it. Doesn't look like it's leaking. Sweet. It's the thing that I like about small engines in general. Most of the time, if they're not running right, you can just pop the carburetor off, clean it up, put it back together, and it's working great. Get my butt kicked by this last bolt. There we go. back in, that back in. All right, that's done. Last thing I'm going to do to this, and then I should be done. These are supposed to be sliders. This one is really worn down and it's broke here, so I bought some new plastic ones, so we're going to rip these off and put those on. I know I'm using a chrome socket on an impact, but that's all I got here. So here are the new sliders I bought. Oh, heck yeah. I just bought this kit on Amazon. There's like 12 bucks. I actually bought it for my Cub Cadet, but because I thought the sliders were bad, but they just need to be moved down. There's that. Okay, actually that looks pretty good. Them are going to work a lot better. The exact same thing on the other side. This is what that slider is supposed to look like, but the plastic ones are going to work a lot better. There we go. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got today. I'm really happy. That went really well. I'm really glad that I pulled that carburetor off and fixed that gas leak. Yeah, all I really got left to do is just clean up my tools and stuff, but I think we're going to be ready for winter. Hopefully I can make a couple $100 off of this or something. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.